Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps. We're in Shapes 2, and last episode we started building our M.A.M, our Make Anything machine. We've got the shape input set, and we started on the painting side of things. Very excited about this. It's looking good. I did want to make a couple of changes. I also did make some changes. This is our shape depot. And I kind of reconfigured it. So each one of these is going to get a different shape input. And I kind of reconfigured it in a way that I can do this. And get multiples going. And the reason is because all of this that we're doing here, all of this is for one layer only. All right. So eventually we're going to have to take this and boom, copy it down here and here and here. So we're going to have to copy that 4 times for 4 different layers. All right. And I'm still not convinced that this is where we want to be. I also went ahead and set up some shape stations. So we've got a shape station for circles, squares, spikes, and over here for windmills. So all we need to do is run those on in, and we should be good to go. Oh, the other thing we do need to do is, because you can see here that we have room for 5 shapes. Well, that's because one of them is pins. That I believe I did mention that last time. And we do have a couple of operator shapes that have come in. Oh my goodness. A lot of them. Goodness gracious. Yay! Each of those brings in 10 research points, which is great, because that's what we want. We want those research points. Because once we get to 750, we'll be able to do our next upgrade on the shape multiplier. I wanted to rearrange some stuff in here. And because there's no way for me to get this signal up to the higher levels. Alright, so I'm going to take all this and just put it there for now. And I think what I want to do is take this and put it like so. Yeah, like that. And we'll take this guy and do that. So this shows us the color that has been sent. This is the color we are looking for. And again, this is going to be red, green, blue, RGB, etc. So I'm going to do that. All right, so now I'm going to just take this and copy it in over here. Much better. And that. Oh, that's right. I'm going to have to redo these. So our G. Make sure it's green. B. And then this one is cyan. All right. Now we jump over here. And there's a problem with this. Just going to a dead zone. It's all fine. It doesn't not work. It works fine. I'm going to put that there just for placeholding. But what I think I'm going to do is take this guy. Oops. And move him down here. Then get rid of all this. Ah, that we want. And then we can, yeah, we just put that in there. And run this. Oh, but that won't work. So I can jump this, or I can jump the wire. Let's do a jump here. By the way, doing jumps, like if you've got a straight line of belts like this, and then a straight line like this, this one, you set to a shape going here and a shape going here right at the same time, this shape wins. So the jumps actually make things faster. So a lot of times what I do is when I have straight bits like that, is I will add jumps. Just because, you know, when you're just cruising along like this, you might as well go fast. And, you know, this too. In fact, we can't do it on different layers, but anyway, just want to share that. And speaking of sharing things, if any of these tips are helping you, then please toss me a little like and a subscribe if you haven't already. We're really I'm trying to build up the channel and get to 500. So this was cyan. This one will be magenta. Then the next one, boom. Yeah, we'll copy all that. Oops. Undo. There, and just have this go like so. Cyan, magenta, yellow. And then this last one is going to be white. And that's going to be the last of the color. So, yes, magenta. This one is yellow. This one is vice. Good job there. Now, what I'd like to do is copy these up. So I want to copy, I don't want to copy any of the wiring. Yeah, I'm just going to copy this, actually, and that. So here I can copy all this on the bottom. That, and the reason I don't want to copy wires is because we don't need them copied up. We have our signal coming in, and the signal's correct. So I don't want to add chaos by copying it. Now we will need to connect the layers once we're done. But that is going to be easy. Yeah, get all that. And these... You know, I realize that the these guys are only available when you have 3 layers. And the reason for that is because they are 3 layers tall. So they have to go on the ground layer. There you go. All right, now we're going to take this and do that. And just copy it into all of these. That way that same signal gets sent to all of these diversion points. Very cool. And now this. Boing. Boing and boing. One thing is I'm going to take this this, and this. I'm going to copy those guys. Then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to delete this one, and this one. And then paste. There we go. Yes, correct. So bottom row is magenta, this row is red, this is white, and this one's cyan. But, aha. We also need this. Oh, right. Yeah, we did that wiring differently. Right. Okay. So I need to take this. All right. And copy it. But also this. Down to there. All right. Let's line that up. Yay. All right, so this sends a signal all the way down to there. That was just a little, that's why we have to have a room here to be able to send that signal. Now, eventually we're going to get down to a place where, we need all 4 of these jumper lanes for shapes. And once that happens, then we're going to need to use more of these receivers on those. So, yes, again, going across these, they all line up. So that is what we want. That is perfect. Excellent. Let's do the next step. So the other thing that we could do, though, here is our fluid unloader. And do that. That's going to be for our fluid train. Oops. Which comes in at the 0 level. Now, again, this one, I have to make sure that this train gets loaded. For this one, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what order the shapes are in. But for this one, because we're calling it out specifically here, I have to make sure red, green, blue, cyan, yellow, magenta, white. Okay. Next we need to do our cutting and rotating. So on this belt here, we're going to have circles. And this is the northeast shape, right? So what we need to do is we need to end up at the end of this, what we have coming down here is a complete circle that is cyan. What we need to do is cut it into 4 quadrants that are all rotated into the northeast corner. So let's do it. Let's do it. How did I want to do that? I know I had a plan in my head. Because here's the deal. So in the fake shape that we're looking at, there is there's a quadrant in all 4 quadrants, right? Northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest. But we're going to get a lot of shapes that don't have that. And so we need to not only do a cut and rotate of these shapes, but we need to do a decider. Are they going to go go through as individual shapes, or are they then going to get married up to their buddy? So let's do this. I'm gonna get a double. Now the good news is I might be able to shrink this down a bit, but we only need, because again, we only have one belt coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all we need, right? So this is going to bring in our shape and cut it into 4. That said, we then need to jump half of them out. So half are going to be fine. Then another half are going to need some... Oh, they're all going to need to be rotated and then cut again, because now we only have half circles. So I think what we need to do is we need to get a circle in here so we can really give it the once over. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to change this shape to be a circle uncolored. And I'm going to deliver circles into this section right here. So that means I need circles to come in right there. So that's on 1. Yes. Oops. Here. Okay, this is where I need circles to come in. So let's go up here and get some. Let's do there. Alright, perfect. And you know what? I don't think I need, like, all of these. I'm just going to get a couple coming in. Then I'm just going to destroy those trains, and they will rebuild when they are done. So I just want to get some tester shapes coming in. All right. There we go. All right, so we've got a bunch of circles in there. I'm going to create a placeholder train. We can even use the thing we've never used, is the filler wagon. So we'll do 3 fillers and 1 shape. And then that's going to come in here and be 4 cars long. It's just going to pick this up. I'm just doing this. We don't need to do this at all. We've got 13,000 platform limit. We're fine. All right. Oh, yeah, I need to actually have that go in. There we go. And I think I'm going to cut it off. I'm just going to let it... you know what? I'm just going to No, that's what I'm going to do. All right. So, that said, these shapes are coming in. So, because it's circles in that top quadrant, it should be sending... Oh, okay, it's sending these down. But you see, it's only making it past on the northeast quadrant, which is this top one. Northeast, it's going through. Here, this is southeast, not going through. Southwest, not going through. Northwest is not going through. So these are coming down here now, and they are not getting painted. They're not getting routed to be painted red or green or blue or cyan or magenta or yellow or white. They are just going through, which is what we want. I'm going to cut that off. All right. So this is perfect. Again, I have to keep this at a single level because I don't want it to I want it to be stackable. So we need to rotate these guys. We're going to rotate them here. Now this is 2 separate belts worth. So I'm going to have some of them going this way. And some of them going this way. So in theory, that's going to make 4 full belts. Now on this one, this belt right here is the correct orientation. And so that's great. Leave as is. No notes for you. This guy, I am gonna bring it down like so. Okay, this guy, however, needs to be rotated clockwise. So we'll do clockwise. Boom. This guy needs a 180 rotate. So we'll do that there. And this guy needs a counterclockwise. And we're just going to do it there. Now you can see we've got all these shapes that are exactly what we want. All right. So let's take that. But here's the thing. Now is where we want to say, hey, we're gonna connect you to this guy. Southwest. Is there a shape in Southwest? All right, so this is gonna take wiring again. So let's find our little thing for Southwest, which is this guy. And I'm going to put it on this one. And do this. Have it come out, and it's going to do a comparison. It's going to say, hey, does this exist? Is this null? So signal producer, null. How do I want to do that? All right, let's go back here to logic gates. It's going to be equal. Oop. And yeah, we'll just do it right there, because then we're going to need a wire coming down this way. No. And if it is null, then what I want to do is I want to take all these shapes and jet them out this way. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to need some jumps. Like so. Not there. Okay, then this one. We're going to jump there. This one, we're going to jump there. And we're going to see if this all works. There. That one doesn't need a jump. What we could do... Now we need room. We need some breathing room. All right, so let's get our filters. And do that. So essentially we want it there. And we could do it there. And we could do it there. And then we can do it there. Does this all work? Yeah, except for this. So this guy comes down like so. Like so. And boom. Okay. So if this... Let me think about this now. We want it to connect to that shape, because what we're going to do is we're going to send this down into a stacker. If there is a southwest, which in this case there is. So we want this to be null, which is the way it is. Perfect. There. And there. And there. Okay. Now this time we are going to copy some of these wires when we copy up. I'm going to clear those guys out. 3, 4. More. All right. So that, we're going to copy all of those. Oops, but not that. Okay. All right, then let's copy the rest of this. Does that work? Think so. And the reason we copied these ones is so we can come in here and do that. Now they're all connected. And then excellent. All right. So these are all now going to come through, and in theory, they're going to be coming down this way. Let's see if it works. Yay. right. That's looking good. Now we need to take this and do the same thing here, but it's going to go this way. So let me take this, cut it, and flip it. There and there. This one, we can get rid of that. And all we need to do is connect that wire. But this one is not looking to that. We want it to look at that. Let's see, R. Let's see, U. Oh, this is not right. We need to do a, yeah, that's not right. So we need to, yeah, do this guy. Oh, no. One more. No, not that. We don't care if it's red. We want to know that. But before we do that, we need to rotate it. Yeah. Because... oh, no, that's correct. Yeah, it should be the square. Right? Yes, square. Okay, we are looking for a square. Does the square exist? Oops. All right, we're going to come down here and do that. Circle. Yay. Okay. This is not gonna work. It could work. I would need to recreate. So I would need to make a stacker like this. Instead, what I think I'd like to do is use the stacker I already have and put it there. Oops. And do that. All right. Yes, that's what I want. Again, it does not matter if this is... if this is... oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to do this like that. Okay. So there we go. This is working. And instead of looking at the southwest, I want to look at this one, which is southeast. All right, I'm going to look at southeast instead. So I think that one. Yeah, southeast. Okay. Same result for this. Oh, this doesn't work. because then these guys have nowhere to go. Okay. Interesting. So I'm trying to keep this just tight to these four high. And it, yeah. There are issues with that. Because in the past I've done things where I have things that loop out like this. And it just takes up a ton more space. I'm trying to keep it tight. And then I'm also, trying to keep in mind that we've got this over here. So we can go down. And we can take these guys and move them out 2. Take this one, move it out 1, but down. All right, so that goes down there. This goes up here. That's like so. This one, if it kicks it out, will come out this way. And then what? Oh, this is opposite. Yeah, this one is opposite. Because on this one, if we want it to go into the stacker, then we need a knot. Alright, so this is going to cause shapes to go through and into the stacker, which is what we want. So if it is alone, it's down here and up here. Okay, so let's just give that a moment's pause. And let's give some thunk to this. So what we can do to test it is we can go turn on southeast on this. So by turning it on southeast, which is this one. No, it's this one. See you. Now we're gonna get stuff flowing along here. All right. So let's give that a second. And what we should end up with then is a shape that is these two together. So it should be the right half. All right, so you can see those shapes coming in here to the stacker, and yeah, they are not doing what I need them to do. Oh, because, all right, I know what it is. It's because this is set up the exact same as the other one. All right, pause. Shoot. All right, they've gone through. All right, I'm gonna get another set of shapes in here. All right, so I'm back on here. I have some shapes coming in. I've stopped it so it's only going to come through on the top. It's going to be down to these. These guys are going to need to change. So in fact, let's just go ahead and get rid of them there. And this one is going to need to rotate. Oh, so that's going to mess us up. All right. Yeah, I can see it up here on this one. So this bottom one is the one that I want, because I want it to be in this orientation here. Yes, I want it to be the bottom right. So that means this one here is good. This one needs a... Here, I can pause it. This one needs to be rotated counterclockwise. This one needs a 180. Let's do this one first. This one needs a clockwise rotate. Yeah. Then this one needs the 180. So I will do that here to match up what I had here. Pause. All right, so these should all be top or bottom right. Yes, bottom right. Zero those out. Okay. Now this should be lining up, and we should see the right half of the circle being formed here. Yep. Perfect. That's what we want. Now what we can do is combine these two. Oh, but let's do it this way. I'm going to take this guy and do that. Okay, so now those all combine. So it's going to combine whether they are singles or doubles. All right. Then what we need to do is the same thing over here. So I'm going to hit pause again. And I'm going to flip this and do it all right there. Okay. Now again, these need to be rotated correctly. The question, yeah, I think I also want to flip these guys around. So they're like so. I like to just keep these equal, keep them even. Okay, now this one needs to be looking at this, so that's going to be that. Yes. There. This one is looking at this one. So hopefully that's going to be exactly what we need. And now I need to... I'm going to have to change the rotation of these guys. And I do want to make this one similar to the others. So I'm going to... Alright, put this over here. And yeah, right there. All right. And then here, it's going to do that. All right. That way they all will look the same. All right. So now we've got to figure out the rotations of the others. And let's do it. So this this one is actually going to be top half because it's looking at the bottom left, so it'll be top left. Let's again, I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to make just this shape, the good old CU. All right. Get those guys rolling down here. So I hope this is making sense. You know, trying to... It's just sort of piecing it together. It's just a puzzle. And, you know, that's how you do it. These, I see, too, I need to come in and get rid of all these extra pipes. Like these guys. We don't need these here. Which means we don't need these here. Which means we don't need these here. And we'll do that all the way down. Starting at the top. All right, let's go see what's going on here. Not yet. What is... Oh, yes. There we go. Same thing here. Yep. That makes sense. Oh no, all those changes I did here are totally not here. Alright, so let's... again, this is lower right. There we go. And pop that in there. That one. Lower, that's lower left. Is that what I meant? Yes, I meant lower left. All right. Okay, let's get these coming in. Oh, There. Okay. All right, we'll work on the lower one first. Okay, now we've got shapes, so we want this one. This one is lower left, southwest. So, correct. This one is... Wait. Uh-oh. Northeast. Oh, yeah, no, that's right. That's right. I was thinking, oh, it's wrong because it's the same one. So, is this one? But that's okay. Okay. This guy needs it clockwise. This guy needs a 180. And this guy is going to need a counterclockwise, right? Counterclockwise. Okay. So we want these all to end up bottom left. Bottom left. Bottom left, bottom left, bottom left. All good. This guy, we want to be upper left. Let's let it run a bit. All right. Upper left. This one is the good one. Upper left, this needs a counterclockwise. All right, so I'm just basically going through and doing this for all these. Yay, everything is working. Upper left. So now this should be a left half when we're done. I think these will be the first. Yep, look at that. Left half. Okie doke. So, one more step for the single layer, and that is to say, hey, it's the same kind of thing. It's to say, all right, you're the left half. Is there a right half? If yes, then you should go get connected to that. If no, then you need to go on through. Okay, so same thing, but we don't have to, obviously, don't have to cut anything. So what are we gonna do here? We could, in theory, instead of having this up here, like we could have it coming down this way too. Which might be nicer. That would mean this continues. So, okay. And again, we're going to want to go one further with one of them. And yeah, just create a single platform here. Now this one is going to say, you know what? This is creating a whole new shape. Let's go back over here. Yeah. This one is different. So I'm going to take this and pull it out here. Then what I need to do is combine this and this. And then this and this. Like so. All right, so let's get a stacker. Ah. Oh. All right, so we need to rotate these into their actual position. So that needs a double rotate. This one needs a triple rotate. All right. So, yeah, we need to take this out. All right. This one, yes, we want to have it in the lower left. So there, it's in the lower left. This one we want to be in the upper left. So that's going to take 3. Yes. Okay, then we can stack these 2. We'll do this. And that makes the left half. Okay. So again, if we take this, a broadcast, but change it to be that. Then that's telling us here's what is on that left half. Same thing with this. Coming up that way. Coming up this way. This one is already top right. We want this one to be bottom right, so that's just going to take 1. But we need to be down lower 1. There. And this. But instead of that, it is just reverse all these. So R, U, U. Right half. Okay. So now we're sending that out into the world. And what we need is what we've got right here. Okay. This one is, let's get our global receiver. So this is the right half. So we need to see, does the left half exist? CR, CR. No, I think it's CU, CU, CR, CR. Yes. There we go. Does that exist? Get rid of this. Or is it null? So again, that and that. And if it is there, then yes, we want it to go down. So that's working. Okay, some wrong shapes up here, but that's fine. It's going to send them down this way, which would then lead them into the stacker. Same thing here, only that. And this, again, we just reverse this. R, U, and U. Good. And then those are going to run into this. And we should eventually get some full circles. There are a lot of bad shapes in here. Yeah, you can see it's making partial shapes. Not what we're really hoping for. That's all right. I'm going to clear some of these out. Yes, here come some real halves. Of course, nothing is going to work because there's not enough shapes in here. But I can see that would work, right? We do have that coming in. And then again, these all end up combining if at the end. Okay. The next thing we need to do is say, hey, are you multi-layered or not? Okay. So let's do a quick test. Let's look at our tasks and see what we've got. We don't have any oh, we do. Look at this. Okay, I'm going to put this shape in as a task. First, let me connect our windmills over here. All right, tasks, this, and copy. So this is another reason why I build it this way with our little switch. Figure that. By the way, if you mouse over this and just hit your tab button, it swaps it around. Just something I learned. See, even I get to learn things. All right, let's see if this works. Here comes some deliveries for us. Notice nothing is moving up here. You know what? Let me delete all that stuff. Okay. It's all cleared out. So we should have, yes, we have shapes coming along here. Oh, all right. This is why we test things out too. You see, this is jammed up. It's because these guys at the very end, at least at the very end, need to go into a trash can. So let's add that. Trash. That has to go there, and there, and there. Is that cleared out all those? Oh, but you know what? It has to do it even before that. All right, these ones are going to be different, but then these will all be the same. Does that make sense? Yes. There. Alright, so that will be working now because of where the windmills come in. But I need to make sure to copy this all the way up. Oops. Hello. Yes, I did. And there. All right. That is all good. Now these windmill pieces are coming along. And you can see, yeah, they don't have anything to match up to. So they're not going into the stacker. Instead, they're coming along to the side and coming up here. All right, there's an issue here. These guys are coming in. Do we have... Oh. That's looking at the left half. Alright, let's see what this is showing. Yeah, these are both null. Okay. Why is that? Because, oh, I know why. It's because if these guys do not have a match, so doing them in hourglass style, doing the hourglass is tough. That is actually the trickiest thing to do. Alright. So, I think we're running long. We're going to count this one as a lot of infrastructure built, but not everything finalized. Alright? Yeah, we need to do some surgery over here. Yeah, we need to do some surgery. All right. So let's revisit this next episode, because you can see too our first real shape here, which is this guy in our operator shape, has the same thing. It's an hourglass. You got to deal with the hourglasses. All right, that is how it is. Yeah, this does not help at all. These guys should all be running in here. Not out here. In theory, we could do that by adding a knot, but then that doesn't account for top and bottom halves. Where it comes into play is if we have 3-quadrant shapes. But watch this. If I think if I do this, oh, and if I add a knot there and a knot there, then that's gonna work. And make our final shape. But that's cheating. And we are not cheaters, nor are we pumpkin eaters here. But yeah, so you can see that is making the correct shape that we want. So we need that to work that automatically. And we're going to work on that next episode. That is going to be a fun wiring challenge. Done it before. We'll do it again. And this is looking good. This is looking very good to me. I'm going to also, in the off time, I'm going to get some colors sent in here. I'm going to get all these guys connected. So we get all of our shapes and all of our colors and go from there. And in fact, I also need to make some trash can things that say, hey, if you're not what you need to be by here, you need to go into the trash. Because otherwise we get a lot of stuff backed up. And so yeah, we'll have a trash can. A couple trash cans in the flow of things. All right. Thanks so much for joining. This is Gramps, signing off.